When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you pine, it's just a waste of time. You'll find a smile will go a long.
Ron and Jen's Great Escape, welcome into the month of May. It's our second podcast in the month of May. We're back. Took a little bit of a hiatus, a respite, and we're happy to be back. And we got some good feedback on our first post, which is great.
I think so.
Yeah, most definitely, sure.
I did say, hey, let us know if you think it sucks, and I haven't gotten any direct messages.
Well, that's good.
Well, I think it's important because people want to be engaged and they want to have a say.
They want to have some fun.
They want it, but they also want to be in control.
This is true.
So you can be in control of our destiny. That's fine, to some degree.
Hey, I want to say thanks to O'Hara Senior Care Services for sponsoring us and our radio program, too, which we'll get into in a little bit later. 401-345-1811 for O'Hara Senior Care Services. There's Hazel, and Brenda Lee O'Hara will take care of you. If you've got an elderly loved one who wants to maintain their dignity and independence and stay in their home, but they need some help. 401-345-1811, gregsusa.com. There's Hazel. And log on to that for their 4 great locations, see what's up, and we'll tell you about their nice menu, too, in a little bit. And also Operation Stand Down Rhode Island, osdri.org. Boots on the ground. I know her breath's terrible. Boots on the ground coming up on Memorial Day weekend, an incredible event. So check it out. Our radio show is on 920 WHJJ and 104.7 FM. I know, every Saturday at 7 in the morning. If you miss it, you can catch the podcast at rinewstoday.com. And don't forget, at newsradiori.com. And our column every Wednesday, which is fun. It's pretty insightful, I think. rinewstoday.com. Okay, business is all taken care of for the most part. I know her breath is horrible.
Is it a fart or is it her breath?
It's
her breath smells like a fart.
Her breath can melt steel. There's no question about that.
You can taste it.
But she's a very affectionate dog.
I love you, honey. I do. I'm sorry. Did I hurt your feelings?
Yeah,
Are you offended?
Look at her face. She's moping. What are you doing sitting around? Moping.
Oh.
Hey, when I was a youngster, much younger, I sent you my first headshot, by the way, from, check it out.
I sent
you my first headshot from WNRI in Woonsocket, 1977.
Let's see. Yeah.
1977, my first headshot. But I also, years and years and years ago, I played hockey. And I don't know how this happened, but the Pawtucket...
No, that's what you said, WNRI headshot.
Okay, well, the Pawtucket...
You forgot to send a picture.
I'll send it to you so you can put it up on the Facebook page. Ron and Jen's Great Escape on Facebook if you want to see and make some fun of me.
Yeah.
That's always a cool thing.
It is.
There it is.
I love making fun of you.
I'll hold it up to the microphone so everybody can see it.
Wait, give me this. Yeah, let me. I don't want you to hurt your back. Look at Ron. Oh my God, you look like a pimp, bro. He looks like a pimp.
Oh, it's a long time ago, 1977. But I don't know how this happened, but the Pawtucket Recreation Department got me hooked into refereeing Pee Wee hockey.
Oh, really?
Unbelievable. You know how many games I refereed?
One?
One.
Yeah.
You know why?
Well, I don't. The parents.
The parents.
Why? What were they saying?
Barking at me and just barking at the opposition. I'm like, they're little kids trying to play hockey. I said, that's enough. Now, that's because of this story. That's what reminded me. New Jersey Little League has a plan for handling unruly parents.
Really?
I think this is a good scheme.
Oh, boy.
Little League program in Jersey. You from Jersey? I'm from Jersey. They're taking a stand against unruly parents.
What the hell happened to the mayor, by the way? She collapsed. There was never a follow-up story.
They basically said maybe she was, I don't know, dehydrated, but they said she's fine.
I know, but why?
Where? Landmark? Is that the place?
That's the only hospital in
Landmark.
What happened to her?
They never really followed up on the
Right,
story.
exactly. It's a mystery.
Oh.
I need to know.
I need to know. Where's Jerry Springer when you need him?
Dead.
Oh, I know. He's
Morte.
gone. The new rule has been put in place in South Jersey Little League organization that'll force out-of-line parents to become volunteer umpires if they ever get into it with an umpire. That's I love that.
Really?
I like that a lot.
Well, what if they say they screwed the other team then?
What do you mean?
Strike, and it's clearly a ball, and they just start calling strikes because they just want the other team to win.
You know what? It's a dumb idea. You're
Yeah,
right.
it is stupid.
It's stupid.
Well, I thought you were going to say they were going to throw him out, or they were going to
Me
ban him for
too.
life, or they were going to make him do community service. They were
Me
gonna make him
too.
be umps.
That's
What the
stupid.
hell is that?
That's
Who
dumb.
clean a toilet?
Wait a minute.
What kind of story is this? Yeah, it's
Uh-oh.
terrible.
Was there a staple in that?
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
my God, I'm
Get a
in
lawyer,
trouble.
Lawyer up, lawyer
I'm
up.
in trouble.
Lawyer up.
Call the eye doctor.
Well, I hate to pick on people, but that was kind of sad.
What, that incident?
That whole situation.
Dad, please.
You know, I mean,
He's sad. All righty.
there are sad people. in
Yes,
the world.
there are sad people in the world.
That can't be all you have.
Did you read what I did this week?
What you did?
When Jen writes her column for RINewstoday.com,
Yeah.
she doesn't read what I write. It's hilarious.
I sometimes do.
You sometimes do.
I sometimes do.
I always read what you write.
Well, but that's because you have to proofread
Well-
it. Because my spelling and grammar are awful.
That's been improving, by the way. I think it's
Oh.
because you've been hanging out with me.
Yeah.
But I wrote about Tucker Carlson's
I did see that.
firing.
We're tuckered out.
Yeah,
See?
thank you. You did read
I
it.
did read it.
And, as a guy who's managed talent for many, many years in radio, it just came down to risk and reward. It was a simple thing. It was more risky than rewarding to keep him on. Plus, you pointed out something. Murdoch wants to sell it. And it's probably more appealing without Carlson. So I thought it was a very simple subject matter of risk and reward. And you and I have worked together for a long time. We've been around a lot of those individuals. Is it worth keeping those people on the air? Is the risk worth the reward? And I pointed out in the column, I've been in both situations.
Yeah.
Yeah? So-
Well, I mean, I don't know. Here's the deal. I read an article, and basically the article was saying, before the settlement that they made
Right.
with
Dominion.
Dominion, before that settlement, it was kind of, okay, he's freestyling. He's a wild child. They can't really control him. But he's drawing in so many viewers and so many listeners, and they're getting so much whatever.
Right.
Well, after that settlement, it's kind of the game has changed. When we're talking about risk management, and so was it riskier to have somebody like that who they couldn't control and send a message to the rest of the squad and staff over there saying, "We don't care if you're the top weekend talent, we're getting rid of you. We don't care if you're the top guy on this staff and pulls in the most viewers. We're getting rid of you. We're in charge." And that's the way that it is. I don't know. This is what this article said. So, I mean, listen.
So you sort of agree with me. It comes down to risk and reward.
You look at the way things are going now in talk radio, and it just seems that more people are willing to, just stick with the reward. And really, I think people are lazy. I mean, look what we have in local talk radio. And I'm not trying to be fresh and disparaging, because people would say, well, you're not on the air. That's why you're saying, no, I don't listen to any local talk because it's really bad.
I don't listen
Because it's really boring, and it's the same callers, and it's the same, there's no, I don't know. It's the same thing day in, day out, and I'm just not into that.
It needs an enema.
Yeah,
Big time.
I don't
But
know.
you know what?
But they don't want to take a risk there.
No. But also, that's applicable to sports talk, too. It's nasty, it's ugly,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing over and over and over
Yes.
and over and over.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
so I think both genres, they both talk. They're both spoken word formats, but so they're in the same genre. But they both need an enema.
Yeah.
I think.
I'll sample sports because I like Scott, our friend from
Zolak.
Yeah, Scott Zolak. I appreciate what he does. He's a fun guy because you never know what he's going to say.
I like Gresham.
Yeah,
I
but
like
I
Gresham.
sample that, but I do not sample any news talk radio. The first time that I was ever in my car and sampled Glenn Beck was actually 2 days ago.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how desperate I was.
And unfortunately, that's who you got.
And that was it. And then I thought, okay, I'm
And then-
listening to Christian rock.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
I turned the station away from that.
so anyway, that was my take on Tucker Carlson, and that's her take on local talk
What do you
radio.
think
So
will
there.
happen to Tucker Carlson?
He'll get. Didn't you? You didn't. I can't believe
Where
you
will
didn't.
he end up?
I can't believe you didn't react to the the message I sent you.
Which one?
The final scene in A Face in the Crowd. if you're not familiar with that movie, it's a fabulous movie. I mean,
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith, and at the very end, he loses his big gig, and Walter Matthau turns and he says, "I'll tell you what's going to happen to you. You'll wind up getting another show, but it'll be on a smaller scale. Blah blah blah, and then a new face will be in the chair." That's exactly what's going to happen. You know, he's going to wind up on what is it, Newsmax? Is that the name of that thing?
I don't know. They said that he wants too much money. He was making $20 million a year.
I read 10, but he was making 20.
20. He was making $20 million a year. And the thing is, I mean,
I wish him luck trying to find a gig for $20 million a year now.
Right. And here's the deal: in talk radio and in sports and all this, I mean, everybody that thinks that you're replaceable.
Everybody's replaceable.
Everybody's replaceable. They will fire somebody that's been in a position for 25 years. There was a lady that I worked with.
Next.
In Boston. She had been there 35 years.
Next.
Yeah, she was in the traffic department. It was basically they gave her a cake. They told her a day before she was getting fired, they gave her a cake and kicked her out.
Yeah.
They escort you out of the building with your box, and they take you off the email. And
That's it.
You're done. And I thought, that's so bad.
And then the people who don't understand, who have never been in this business, you never give those people a microphone to say goodbye. Because you just never know, especially if it's some bombastic individual like Tucker Carlson. You just never know what's going to come out of their mouth. You know, they'll lock the door to the studio and go nuts, you know, and then you find yourself turning off the transmitter. So enough about Tucker Carlson. We wish him well in his personal endeavors.
Well, that's exactly what they said. They also said that about the weekend host there, Dan. Is it Bongino? Or
oh, yeah.
Bueno or... Bye-bye, Bing Bang. Yeah, well, they couldn't... He claimed that they couldn't come to a contract resolution situation.
Please. You know, anybody, like I put in my piece at newsradiori.com, the last comment I said, and if anybody believes that this was a mutual parting of ways, I've got some beautiful Rolex watches to show you in the trunk of my car.
Hey,
so
what do I know?
Enough of this guy.
Yeah, I don't.
Let's move on to Jen's news.
Just remember, there's always somebody in the wings waiting to take your job
That's
for
right.
half of what
That's right.
you were making.
Yep.
And do not even, if that's the best advice that I could give to a young person. Do the best you can where you are. Try to get all you can out of wherever you're at.
And be nice to your co-workers.
Yeah.
That'd be an unusual concept, huh?
Well,
good Lord.
Sometimes people don't want to be nice. That's just it.
That's just the way it goes.
That's it. How about... Oh, wait. Jen's News. It's time for America's favorite segment.
What you got?
It's time for...
Jen's News.
Thank you. Very good. Reusable water bottles. Are you one of those people that... You did that last week. Do you have one of those water bottles? Like I use I love Kickboxing water bottle. It tells me how much to drink every day. Yeah, well, if you don't clean that daily... Water bottles contain more bacteria than toilet seats.
Yep.
How often do you clean your water bottle? A recent study from waterfilterguru.com found reusable bottles can contain 40,000 more bacteria than a toilet seat. Ugh! Compared to other household items, bottles contain twice as many germs as the kitchen sink and 14 times more than the pet's drinking bowl.
14 times?
Yeah.
And the way the dog drinks, too.
So disgusting.
Like 90% of it goes back into the bowl.
Yeah, it's so gross. Or
back
on the
bowl.
floor.
Back in bowl.
All right, how to get more meals out of a box of cereal.
Oh.
With inflation still cutting into our wallets, saving money is where we can do good things. Cereal happens to be one of the most widely used foods, and the price has shot up. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just... Luckily, TikTok has some tips for stretching your cereal. How about this? Freeze a box. Oh, I never heard about that. Freeze a box to keep it from going stale.
That makes sense.
Stale already? Bring it back to life in the air fryer.
Or nuke it, I would think. No?
No
air fryer.
way.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
I didn't proofread this. Can you tell? This is blowing me away. Use cereal in other meals, like in place of breading. I don't know. Can you make meatloaf with cereal?
Yeah, sure.
Really?
It's grain.
Add it to desserts. Also, experts remind you not to buy more than you will eat in a reasonable time. Well,
who needs that? That's just basic rationale, right?
I don't know. How about this? This is so true. No, I'm going to save that for last.
All right.
Save that one for last because that's a sweet story. DoorDash delivers 150 sports drinks to a woman who didn't order them. An Australian woman got pranked and is trying to figure out why she got mystery packages of sports drinks and sodas. Laura Rafferty took to TikTok with her story. She said that Gatorade, Powerade, Coke, and Fanta kept coming, equaling 150 cans and bottles via DoorDash. And finally, the deliveries just stopped.
Fanta. They still make Fanta?
Oh yeah, Fanta orange. And finally, I don't know how I feel about this
I
because
saw that story and I said, I'm a
this
little...
is scary. This cancer-causing elements in here. Jet puffed marshmallows get colorful. It is s'more season. It's camping season. Everybody's getting ready. So we're looking for a boost of color. Jet puffed marshmallows have dropped color-changing marshmallows. In the package, they have a pastel color, but 10 seconds over the fire, and the blue one turns green, and the pink goes orange, and it's like a mood ring. It's a marshmallow mood ring.
I don't think I want to eat a mood
I don't
ring.
know. Isn't that
I'll wear
disgusting?
one, but I don't think I want to eat one.
Yeah, so that's that. That's what I have in Jen's News because when he plays that music, that means shut up. It's time to go.
You know what it's time to do? It's time to go to Greg's. Time to go to Greg's for great desserts, including the peanut butter cup cheesecake. That's
So
back
good,
for a
so
limited
good.
time, so rush. Death by chocolate or toffee candy cake pops. Have you had the pops?
Yes, cake pops.
You like them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
But I was told once, I was being a little pig, and somebody said, don't eat that like that. You take small bites and chew slowly. Oh, I wanted to
It's a little
slap
piggy.
that person.
Alligators make that.
So fresh.
That's the
Just
mating
shut
call.
up.
It's an
If
alligator
I want to
mating
eat
call.
like a slob, let me.
That's it.
Just stay out of my lane, for Pete's sake.
It's my party, and I'll cry if I want to.
That's right.
All right. Also, some appies. I've had the crab cakes there. They're good. They have stuffies, the big thing you're going to see at the airport soon. Also, orange ginger calamari. That sounds great. And how about a sandwich or a salad? The Cajun shrimp salad. I got to check that out. Greg's for quality, value, and cleanliness, a Rhode Island tradition for over 50 years. And a sponsor for us and our YouTube podcast. We appreciate that, and you can follow them on gregsusa.com to see what's happening. O'Hara Senior Care Services, Brenda Lee O'Hara, can be reached at 401-345-1811. If you got a loved one, an elderly loved one living at home and they need a little help to stay there, she's the one to call, 401-345-1811. And by the
want
way,
me to read this?
I would love you to read that, and then we're going to close with something that's very important coming up this weekend. But a couple of weekends from now will be Operation Stand Down's Boots on the Ground.
Yes, Boots on the Ground, great event, totally moving. If you've never been, you need to go. Operation Stand Down, and they help save my life. They're a wonderful organization. Operation Stand Down Rhode Island's Boots on the Ground for Heroes Memorial will be displayed, well, you guessed it, Memorial Day weekend at Fort Adams in Newport. Now, the 3-day event honors the lives of service members killed in the global war on terror. For sponsorship opportunities, guys and gals, you can visit osdri.org. And right now, it's powered by our sponsors, which happen to be Cardi's Furniture and Seasons Market. So give Operation Stand Down a call, osdri.org, for anything, or if you want to do some advertising.
Big weekend coming up this weekend. It's Mother's Day weekend. So if you're fortunate enough to still have your mom, make sure you pick up the phone or go visit. Bring a gift, bring some flowers. The biggest gift you can give your mom is you go to see them. You go to see your mom. So if you're lucky enough, tell mom you love her. And
My mom threw me out the other day.
Well, listen,
I was talking too much.
doesn't mean she doesn't love you. Bring her something.
She was in her house coat, and she said, "You know what?
Get
It's
out.
time for you to leave."
Get out. Bring it.
She said that.
Well,
She was
listen.
going to lay down.
Well, listen. Bring her some. You love her anyway. Bring her some
Right, of
candy or
course I
something.
do. Yeah.
And follow us.
No, you know what she loves?
What's that?
Greg's cookies.
And
The
bring
chocolate chip cookies. That's what I bring her,
There you
Greg's.
go. RINewsToday.com. You can follow our commentary every Wednesday. It's a lot of fun. NewsRadioRI.com. That's where you can check out our radio show podcasts and follow us on the radio Saturday mornings. We're on News Radio 920 WHJJ. Yeah, we have a good time. And also 104.7 FM. You can listen online too Saturday mornings at 7 on 920WHJJ.com.
Or
all right?
104.7.
So don't forget, thank you. Don't forget, Mom, and have yourself a great week, and we shall see you soon.
You didn't play.
I did.
Don't we have to do this story? All right, we'll save it for next time.
We'll save it for next time.
Okay, I
I
guess
like
it's
that
over.
story too.
It's
All right.
over.
It is. Be nice to each other, or at least give it a shot, huh?